Hey guys, I'm Zama.
And I'm Lanzi, and welcome to
Because We Said So.
Another week, another episode.
We're
About
so...
cost.
Yo! The cost is very high.
Guys, again
for this episode.
Just know Santanda though.
Yeah.
Like, just know.
Yeah. There's so much love in the room that we're in right now.
No, there is.
Guys,
we're tired.
see your pillar.
It has to happen, and we have some things to talk about. So we
Yeah,
have to be here.
and also, guys, this is a note that December will be our last month because we are taking a month break.
We gotta go.
We do have to, because you guys are also going to get tired of seeing this.
Yeah, I know.
Fatigue. You guys are going to get tired of watching us go down. Okay, so we will see you guys bright and early in February after this month. But you will be seeing us every single Wednesday of this month. So don't fret. Don't worry.
We will be there.
We will
December holiday time.
Yeah.
How are you chubby other than fatigue?
Year end. Like year end. I don't want to hold you.
The mood right now.
Like,
yeah,
end.
Getting into pop culture rewind for the week. First and foremost, we had the South African Social Media Awards. Shout out to the South African content creators getting recognized. I love that for us. If I can say good to my colleagues.
Besides your colleagues, that
number one. I love this winner so much. The Social Media Personality of the Year was Coachella Randy. Oratile, love you loads. I want you to know I love you so much, and congratulations on your speech. I loved it so much. Yes. He really pushed for women, and I loved that. So congratulations. And also Vlogger of the Year, best social media vlogger of the year is Minenhle Langa. Shout out Queen. A vlogger if I ever did see.
She is
a content creator I ever did
definitely
see.
Deserved it.
So congrats, Queen.
And I love the fact that they actually allow your audience to be the ones that put the votes in.
Yes.
I love that.
Because then it's organic in that sense.
Yes. Like people, if your audience goes hard enough for you, you will win the award. So I feel like definitely well deserved. Congratulations to all the winners. You guys ate that.
Shout outs. We will see you next year. Who else is in those other
Miss Nominated next year. Specifically this podcast. Is there a podcast category, Bob?
There is.
Yes, there is a podcast category. So
next year.
I mean,
maybe.
If you guys don't nominate us, there's something rigged. Head office. Something.
Maybe we need to know someone in the higher places.
I'm going to know someone pass.
Come on, let's tell it shine.
This person was nominated as well.
Yeah, but please.
Like in this pass.
Congratulations to everyone. And then moving on to some tea in the American streets. Candy and Todd are getting divorced. If you don't know Candy from Real Housewives of Atlanta, and her husband Todd, who had a scheme set up.
And this was just like another scheme from Todd.
This was another scheme set up by Todd to come with you with the bullshit. He came to Candy with the bullshit. And Candy said, I'm out. I don't want that bullshit anymore. They're getting divorced. And I think that's so wild because I never saw that coming.
Me either.
I never saw that coming. And I'm sure Candy's mom is like, finally.
Oh, but I feel like they were so in game, specifically when they were going through all that turmoil. The fact that they made it through, they still pushed through in their marriage. I think they were together for 11 years or something. I feel like, damn, I hate it for them.
I hate it for them. Like, there was no way you guys could just push up and play, because like, damn.
Nah, but I also get it. Like, if things don't serve you, definitely
call it a day.
Call it. But at the same time, I really feel like after all that turmoil with Mama Joyce and the whole of Candy's family, like, I really thought they were going to push till endgame.
Same.
They have such beautiful kids. It's just sad. Obviously, seeing a couple that we've been seeing on screen break up and a black couple.
Black love.
Oh, man, the black love. I feel like
it's and obviously, I wish them the best, and obviously, it's probably the best decision for the both of them. But Todd, Candy's mom, she won at the end of the day, which is so crazy. Winning 11 years later.
But I feel like, I thought she was warming up to the relationship and to the love.
She was.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm sure she wasn't praying on their downfall like that.
For the whole 11 years. Like I'm sure she saw that Todd, we hope, was a good man. So, you know what I mean?
But was he a good man? I feel like we'll see things unfold in the coming
And we actually don't know these people.
At the end of the day.
And I haven't watched Real Housewives of Atlanta in forever.
She's not even on it anymore.
She's not on it.
No, she has been on
that
for more than, I feel like, 2 seasons. Like, she's been
really,
yeah.
Fame. So I watched that shit in so long, but all the best. Bringing back to local is like Dr. Matthew's back on our team. Actually, it's Mr. Matthew because the doctor was also its own.
He ain't a doctor.
The doctor was its own tea in itself. He has so he says, skincare line called Lani Skincare that removed those black things on his skin, allegedly, because according to the rest of us that are watching the concert, It's not make sure. It is not make sure.
I feel like he did it to play off the fact that people already think he's a scammer. Like, I think that was it. It's supposed to be like a haha. You guys already think I'm a scammer, so I'm gonna scam you one more time type shit. But my confusion is he actually selling that actual skincare? Because if you are, like, what's going on with that?
I don't think so, because he's never held the product. It's always Tom and AI pick.
Oh, okay.
You've never seen him say, this is my skincare.
Should be still in developmental phases. It says,
but he's used his.
Should we?
Maybe package.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like the video in itself was obvious, like very clearly satire. I guess. It was supposed to be a joke, because I mean, really and truly, we can see the markers you put.
Like, hello.
And now everyone's been recreating the video. And I think that's what he wanted. I feel like he was trying to get the people going, because people do obviously know him as a scammer.
Which is so fair. But I was like, this is such an interesting choice. Like,
show me. I think Galela has to be.
But like, you know what? Shout outs.
Yeah.
It was a humor for the week.
It's such a random way for him to come back also, because I haven't heard him or seen him on my TL in months.
Maybe that's why he did it as well.
Yes, maybe he's trying to come back. And you know what?
You know what? Even the fact that after that whole doctor saga, he was like, I'm still going to be on social media. Shout out, because I would have fell off the face of the earth.
The thing is, you can't shame the shameless, though. You really can't shame a person who has no.
I really stand people that are shameless. Like, I love it, because on the other hand, me, yeah,
the thing is, even to do what he was doing in the first place, you have to have no shame. Like,
true, to do the act and itself,
you have to have no shame. So you're not gonna collect shame. Where are you gonna get it from?
True, he can't fetch it. That's so fair. But you know what? Shout out to that Lani skincare. Lastly, Normani. And I feel like it's the second time I'm talking about her in the podcast. Oh yes, when she got engaged. Normani has a collaboration with Shein. And obviously there's been a lot of talk on the TL to say, Queen, is it Queen anymore? What are you doing? We need you to get focused. Your team is losing the plot. Why are you collaborating with Shein? I don't even think it's on brand. I think it's very random. I think we need to be focusing on the music videos, that side of things. And I'd understand maybe if she was doing the Shein collab in the midst of promoting music. But the fact that you're doing nothing and just Shein right now, I think it's a bit random.
Even if she was having music out, why do you have a collaboration with Shein?
It's so random.
It's very off. I don't know. Maybe is it on brand? I feel like it's off brand for her.
How would it be on brand?
I really do feel like it is. And also, it's like there's so many other brands you could have collaborated with in the same if you want to do a clothing line. Mm-hmm. Why Shein? Like what? And mind you, I think she's having like a collection coming out like via Shein. Why?
Doesn't she have the resources to not have to like launch it through Shein?
Maybe she doesn't, because of the simple fact that she never wants to post a song. She never wants to release a song.
She never wants to do shit.
And the thing is, like, I love Normani. I feel like she has such star quality. She's so talented singing wise. She's so talented with dancing, body tea, face tea, everything about her. Like, she's the whole package. When you look at a superstar, I just feel like everyone is failing my queen. And I feel like maybe, I don't know if she's also assisting in that fail herself as well. But I'm just like, bro, also, your fans keep telling you and giving you ideas and stuff. Take some of them. It's free $99 to take your fan suggestions, because people really have some great suggestions.
Yes, they do. And also, my biggest thing is, how do you go from bursting into the scene and people even saying you could be the next Beyonce to where you are now, and not think to yourself, why are not people saying that anymore? Mm-hmm. What do I need to do? Do I need to change my team? Am I maybe complacent? Yes. Something needs to happen. But you clutching at straws and doing all these other things other than, I don't want to lie to you, Normani, you're slipping away. And like, the girls really backed you as.
Yeah.
Really backed you.
But now, the thing is also, you can only back someone for so long, because it's like, bro, we want better for you. Do you want it for yourself? Do you want it for yourself?
Say something, we're giving up on you.
Like, we have given up.
We've given up on you, and you're such a beautiful girl. Sonja, please.
Yeah, dude.
Bring that talent onto our phones, onto our screens, onto our speakers.
Anything. Like, we just
not on the Shein app. Like, please.
Was so good. But also, I feel like we must also take into consideration, perhaps she just is not passionate about music as passionate as we are about her career. She's not as passionate about it as well. And I feel like she should just come out and be like, guys, I'm not trying. The same way that people are like to Rihanna, like, clearly you don't want to do music, which is so right, but just say so people don't keep pestering you about the same thing. Because from our POV, it looks like you're trying to be a musician, but now you're getting distracted by Abo Shein and other things. Yes. Whereas you could just say, guys, like, I'm actually good on the music stuff. I'm just trying to be a wife and do my own thing.
Be a celebrity,
be a socialite, and I'm good on the music stuff, so we can siphume kuwe once and for all.
because we're not getting that music. You saw right here in Riri right now.
Bad fun. And Brianna was also just say, Pumani kum, I'm focusing on, but actually I feel like she said it in not so many words. She just won't say it, but she said it.
Or maybe it's because she's like, it's not necessarily that I don't want to do it at all one day.
Yes.
So I'm leaving like one foot in to say, when I do drop, I did say I might. But I forget about me right now.
She's capping though. She keeps saying, she's like, yeah, I'm in the studio. You haven't done a single thing in that studio.
You're doing all my makeups and stuff.
Which is perfect.
And we love it. But Amanga, in the
oh yeah, that's the bottom line of it.
Gaslight.
Guys, don't gaslight as your friend.
No, we really do. Normani, stop gaslighting us. Yeah, wifey and stuff.
Anyways, guys, we're going to get into our topic for this week. And the topic is the red pilling of women, okay? And I'm saying red pilling because you guys will decide. Do you guys feel like it's the red pilling of women? We shall see. Let us know what your guys' thoughts are as we go through this topic. So basically, this topic was born from a video that we both saw on TikTok from Yvonne Victoria. She was basically creating a video speaking to the red pilling of women, basically speaking to the content that is being pushed these days around femininity, extreme dating standards with women, asking men for money, all that stuff when it comes to dating. Things that I would say are very unique to the time that we're in right now. Like, it's not content I grew up seeing a lot of. It's something that is so huge right now. So I wanted us to speak about what exactly do you feel like the messages are around femininity and relationships in general from your POV? I feel like that's a good place for us to start.
Like on social media.
On social media, yeah.
I feel like it's a slippery slope at the current moment. It's like on one end, relationships and the whole femininity thing, it's like you want to have standards as a person, which is so good and well. You want a man that takes care of you, that does certain things, A, B, and C, have that list good and well. But I think the slippery slope is now on the other end. It's now becoming, we're desensitizing ourselves to normal everyday dating because you're listening to the person online who's saying, these are the things you need to look for. How about the sprinkle content?
Share.
Yes. Yeah. The sprinkle content and this is what you should do if you want to be seen by this type of nigga. This is where you go to find the rich man or whatever. And then it kind of makes it seem like that's the standard of approaching dating, whereas that's not how we should be approaching dating. So I feel like right now social media is almost like removing the human part of dating and pushing more of the materialistic side and the fickle side of things, forgetting that when we're actually dating in real life, yes, the material stuff does matter, but like the person themselves is really what matters. But hardly anyone talks about that anymore.
100%. I feel like also there's a huge, and I think we've spoken about this before, like a huge emphasis on this femininity thing. And even with the Share 7 sprinkle stuff, there's a huge pour into teaching women how to be more feminine to appease men. So I feel like even the concept of having standards these days is kind of like being synonymous with wanting men with a lot of money. It's not necessarily having anything to do with people's values, their morals, those things, which is, I feel like now where the lines are getting blurred, because the lines of what is having standards look like now are being skewed. Before it used to be different things, like how a man treats you.
Is he family oriented?
All those other things. And it's not to say that like you shouldn't want a man that can provide for you. Like that's not what we're saying. But it's like that can't be all a man brings to a table. And that can't be all that you have to think about. Because at the end of the day, I feel like now women, whereas we were trying to be more independent, now it's like repackaging it to this other form of dependence kind of men. So at the end of the day, everything is pandering to men once again. And I feel like we're working to move towards that. I mean, away from that, but now we're moving backwards.
Yeah. My biggest thing is like, what happened to compatibility and partnership? Like, that's what I'd like to think dating was based on. Are we compatible? Do we like the same things? Are we, et cetera, et cetera? Now it's, what can you do for me? What can you provide for me? What can you help me with? Whereas, guys, in real life, Mrs. Chola, especially like if we get married at some point, yes, I want a provider, but I'm going to face certain things in life that I need your character and who you are as a person to shine through. For example, when I'm pregnant and stuff, I'm going to need your character to really shine through that, to be a great husband, a great father. When I'm going through or losing a parent, because we're going to get older, start losing parents, you need someone who's more supportive emotionally with all those things. At that point, all the things that I was prioritizing with the material stuff, yes, it may assist. It's not in the forefront. And then I guess that classic saying of money doesn't buy happiness and all those things comes into play. So I think it's very dangerous, especially for the people, like younger people who are consuming all of this content, focusing too much on what does he do for me? What can he get for me? What can I look like in society? I'm a well-kept woman. Da, da, da. That is all great and good and well. But like, what's really important is what you guys built as a couple and the solidity between the two of you.
Yes, 100%. And I feel like in a lot of these conversations that are being had online, like there's so much nuance taken out of the conversation, and people don't understand like the nature of relationships in general. There are so much nuance in them. So now you guys coming with these 15,000 rules on how to date. You don't do this. If you want to text him back, you shouldn't text him back. You need to wait for an hour. And I remember Miss EXO actually recently posted a TikTok about this as well, speaking to the same thing of there's so many dating rules that lack so much nuance, and the nuance that we just have as human beings. So now it's like everyone needs to do these rules or else you're not going to have a good relationship, or do these rules or you're not going to have a high value man, or do these. And it's like, bro, oh my gosh. Also, when does the individual nature of your relationship come in? When does how you are as a person come into it? Do you get what I'm saying? Because now it's like we all need to be the same, to have the same experiences. And the thing is, even if everyone does these exact same rules, you're not all going to have the same outcome. You're not going to... And like... outcome. Like everyone is not going to have the same results, even following this rule book. So what is the point of like perpetuating this content and continuing to tell people that this is the way that they should act to get certain things
when it doesn't guarantee the same outcome? And the danger with that also is that as a young girl, you're going to think, I applied all these things and I didn't get this outcome. There's something wrong with me. You start to question yourself. You think you're not good enough for men. Now you start doing things for the male gaze and overperforming and wanting to impress men, because all these things that the sprinkle girlies are telling you are not working when you do them. But it's because you're not applying the individualism of it. You're trying to date the way other people are telling you to date. But how do you date? What do you like?
What do you like?
It's so okay to take advice from people, for example, to say, you know what, when you go on a date, maybe ask more questions, for example.
Yes.
That's fine. You can take advice like that. But when it's too to the point where you don't even apply your own things and you're just like, hey, apparently I must do this and don't laugh too hard at the dinner and only order sushi, order something, you know what I mean? Like, then you're obviously not going to get the result that you're looking for because you're not even being yourself.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like it's even easier for us to have that vision or view of it because we're a little bit older. But young and impressionable people, they don't have that mentality that a lot of us have when we get older. Like, you take what you can take from whatever that's being said, and whatever's insane, you throw it to the wayside, because you can take the useful things out of the conversation. But a lot of people don't know how to do that, specifically when you're growing up and you are perhaps looking to, for example, boys to give you some dating tips or like to just kind of guide you. Maybe you don't have older women in your family. You don't have a lot of older friends. So you kind of are looking to the internet or wherever to give you some sort of information on how you can go about dating. So if you're looking at some information to say like, you should only do this, don't date guys who do this, now you're not, or rather you're going to more so learn all those toxic kind of habits, and you're not going to put yourself into it because you're going to be trying to look for a specific type of guy, and you're going to think these are the only ways that I could get said guy is if I follow this rule guide that these women are creating for me on the internet.
And I think discernment is also a very important thing, because even if you think of like old media, magazines, Cosmopolitan, all of that, they all used to have sections of how to lose a man in 10 days, all that stuff. The advice was there, but I feel like obviously there's more access in social media now, so to spread more far and wide. However, I feel like back then there was more discernment and more, like you were saying earlier, access to maybe asking your mom or asking your older sister or whatever to be like, this thing is just for a magazine. Whereas now the younger people are solely looking to social media, and that thing is very, very dangerous because there's a lack of discernment, because it's like, I'm going to take Zama's word for it because I really admire her and she's that girl. And where instead of using discernment to say, okay, but let me look at her background. Does it apply to me? Does it make sense? Do we want the same thing? Do we even have the same time? Do you know what I mean? So I think the biggest thing is discernment. That's a big
100%. And also just re-emphasizing something that we say probably in every single episode, to really dig deep and ask yourself, what are the things that you value in a relationship? What are the things that you want? Putting your wants and your needs at the forefront, and not so much listening to or over taking in what other people are saying and internalizing it as now something that you want. You need to be very firm on the things that you value actually in real life, and not what so-and-so says you should be valuing.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing as well. And I was also going to say, like, when it's specifically, because I think the word that she used was red pilling, and I was really like, you're actually so right, because if you look at the type of content that the red pill people make, like Andrew Tate and those men towards men, I don't even see that stuff on my... Yeah, I don't even see a lot of that stuff on my FYPs. I don't like. I'd have to go search for it. But if you look at it, it's so interesting, like the way that it's now being marketed to women, because the overlap for me, the biggest thing that I've noticed, specifically when it comes to like you have to date men with money, it's making like it's pedestalizing transactional relationships in a way that I feel like is really detrimental to literally everyone. And the thing is, you think it's just transactional when it comes to money, but it also now is like involves other things like control and things like that, where men feel like because they have money they can control, and you should be submissive, and you should because they're controlling you with their money. And also now as women, they're trying to kind of get you to fixate on men with money so that they can control. It's kind of like women are now being the people who are trying to get you into the arms of these men.
The Red Bull men.
Yes. So it's kind of very problematic in that way, because again, like it's creating this new dependency on women, whereas again, we need to be telling women to have their own, have their this, have their that. And that's not to say, again, men should be able to provide for you, but you should not be dependent on a man to the point where if a man leaves you, your life is going to change. Like it's ruining your life.
Hello.
And I feel like not enough people are saying that. And I feel like that should be the crux of the conversation, because again, then women are going to be oppressed at the end of the day if we keep pushing that type of content.
I agree. And like we should be pushing for independence, and also showing people that the two things can exist. Like you can once have a man that takes care of you and be an independent woman. Like you don't have to have a man who does all these things and then it ends up in control and it takes away your independence and who you are as a woman because you want to be this feminine, soft girl, whatever. I think the two can exist, but now we're getting to the point where it's almost like you have to choose one.
Choose either.
Do I want to be an independent babe who scares all the niggas off and scares all the niggas off, because that's not even a real thing? Or do I want to be a babe where, you know what, let me be submissive, get my rich man who does everything for me, You don't have to pick one or the other. You can literally have a man who's sensational, provides for you, as they should, but you can also be a woman who gets her own, is independent. I just feel like we're putting too much emphasis on the men again being the prize in this
100%. That's what's like, you feel like you're empowering women, but really and truly you're centering men in all these conversations. Men are the men are the core, the men are the prize. You're doing all of this because you want this specific type of man, and this everything is about the niggas. When do the women come into the room with us? And that's what I'm saying. Like, money can't and really should not be the be all and end all of why you're in a relationship with someone. Because again, life has so many ebbs and flows. Yes, you could be at the top of the world. You have all the money today, this year. Next year, guys, we believe it. But now the money's not looking like how it used to look like. And now what are you left with? The character of the person, the morals of the person. That's why I always ask myself, like, in this generation, like, are we actually built for marriage? Specifically with these type of ideologies? Because at the end of the day, people are not supposed to get married to get divorced. Yes, divorce happens because of a number of different reasons, but we should all go into marriage thinking that this is going to last forever. Do we have a forever mindset? I don't feel like we have a forever mindset.
We're very much, we want satisfaction, quick
satisfaction. It's not giving till death do us part anymore. It's giving like, we can be together for the next 10 years, but after 10 years, if your shit is not popping anymore, on to the next one.
Yep. And also, I think another big thing is that whole wanting to be chosen thing amongst women, which I think we've touched on before, is now people are getting into relationships or getting married because you want to come across as a woman who is able to bag a rich nigga. I was able to marry a rich man who's taking care of me. Look at me, I got a big rock on my finger. Fair, but like people are getting married for those reasons instead of the constitution of marriage, like the reason people get married, the actual purpose of marriage, what marriage is in the Bible. People are forgetting about all of that because I want to come across as the girl who was chosen, who bagged the rich man, especially because the conversation now is finding a rich man is very scarce. It's very hard to find a rich man. Most of them have 5 women on their own because it's my link. So the women also have this thing of, in the midst of all this pool of these women, he chose me. And it's like, I don't know if that's a flex though.
I don't think it is a flex.
It's a flex, baby girl.
That's again going back to another thing of just like, we need to also interrogate where we get our self-worth as women. Like, being chosen can't be your pedestalized thing of being chosen, because the other thing is that men choose so many women all the time. You get what I'm saying? There is women. There is
women.
So being chosen can't be your be all and end all, and it can't be the only thing that makes you feel good as a person. You need to have things that live outside of other people in general. That's not just relationships and stuff. Even your friends, your family, pandering to them and being a people pleaser and trying to be liked or wanted by everyone is not important. Your mali by every single person, every single time. So you need to have values and other things that you can have and live by that will be your indicator for if you're a good person and what makes you feel good.
And also, being chosen by a man is relatively easy.
It's so simple.
Like, oh my
we
goodness. Can't be saying, oh my God, this man chose me gay. a man could choose you the next. Men choose like 5 women a day sometimes. Like being chosen is so easy that we actually can't make it such an important thing. That's another thing. So we can never put that on a pedestal.
Yes, and I feel like we have gotten, or we stopped thinking about, or a lot of people who make this type of content, let me say, have stopped thinking about or really asking themselves who benefits the most from the content that they're making. They feel like it's benefiting the women, but it's really benefiting you because, again, you are trying to indoctrinate women to be more feminine or whatever, to be more desirable to men. Even if you're trying to tell them that, no, it's for you, so that your future and your, what will benefit you the most as a human being in general is being authentic to yourself.
Yes.
And if that means that you are a little bit more alpha, you're not as feminine as the people that we see, or the femininity that's pushed to us in the media, and you're just a little bit more masculine, or a little bit masculine, or a little bit more alpha.
Yeah.
And that's how you live, and that's how you're happy. That is how you should be.
Yes.
Like, I feel like what benefits us the most is being authentic. And then you can seek to find a man that is happy with how you are as your authentic self.
Exactly.
I feel like there's a huge performance, I feel like, around femininity these days. It's not very authentic. It's very, you're trying to do it so you can have a specific outcome. Whether it's married, being chosen, whatever the case may be, you're doing it for a specific reason that's living outside of yourself.
Yes, and I think that's the part that's I'll resent social media for when it comes to this, is that I think initially the point was to push women to have standards and not to settle. But I think it then tipped over to being too performative, like you said, whereas the intention was to say, ladies, for example, don't date a man that you know you deserve, that doesn't treat you well.
Yeah.
You need to have higher standards, whatever. But now it just became too... But make sure that he's not a bum and he's not a broke nigga. And when he speaks to you like this, whoa. We were just trying to say, have some standards, ladies. Dates with focus. Don't because inclusive, one thing about the heart and the mind, 2 different things.
Yeah.
So you end up taking something that you don't want to stay in. Yes. I think women were trying to say, child, look at these things. You need to interrogate certain things in a man to say, this probably means this, or probably means this, or don't do that. But it just went too far, and now we're performing.
Yeah, you're actually so right, because initially it was coming from a good place.
Yes.
And then, when do we feel like it actually did take a sharp curve to being problematic? Because I feel like now a lot of the content is getting problematic. Is it an economic indicator? What is it?
Perhaps. Do you know what I think it is?
Economic indicator.
I think it's the whole social capital thing that comes from social media, of all of us wanting to be the soft life girls, and all of us wanting to look like we have all these things, and then being told that you can have all these things through a nigga. So this is how you do it. Listen to Sprinkle. That's where the problem came in. Before it was like, we're living our lives. We don't care what anyone looks like, what is wearing. Now, because those things became so prevalent, and they gave them advice as to how to attain those things. Yeah. The advice in question was niggas.
And how on earth do you feel comfortable advising the next woman? The only way you're going to reach success is if there's a man involved. Let's also ask ourselves, what does that really mean?
Exactly.
Why can't we say the way you can get success is go to school, do this degree, or start a business? This is how you start your business. Why are we not saying that? Because why on earth would we censor men again, even when it comes to that? When it comes to success, we're telling women that, you know what, yes, other women ask this, but the quickest way or the easiest way to do it is da-da-da-da-da. It just gives, and Yvonne was saying this in the video, and I was like, she's kind of eating us up, because she was like, it's giving women are very lazy these days, or they
she said that,
yes, she was like, it's basically glorifying being lazy as a woman, as opposed to saying, you know what, you can have a rich man, but also have your own, so that, yes, your man can take you on luxury holidays, do this, do that, and the third. But even if he leaves you, you can also go on luxury holidays. You can still buy yourself that Louis Vuitton bag. You can still drive your beautiful Mercedes Benz. Like, your lifestyle doesn't need to change. And of course, guys, when you are at a place when your lifestyle is good and you are able to buy yourself certain things, you're not even going to want to date a guy who can't do those things for you and for himself. Because for you, you're already like, I'm already doing this for myself. So why on earth would I want a guy?
Exactly. I'm not going to date.
Which is fair. Exactly.
I think another thing, though, that I wanted to say is there are those women who do not aspire to necessarily be someone who's successful and do things of their own, whatever. Some women do want to just be the housewife who's taking care of, stays at home, raise the kids, whatever. I do acknowledge that, to say we're not all interested in I got my own, the independence. You want to be a housewife, but I think the problem is that in that case, it's not centered in necessarily lifestyle. It's centered in who I am as a person. It doesn't fulfill me to have a business and work on my own. For me, what fulfills me is taking care of my kids and raising them. Whereas now women, it's a thing of, I'm doing it for lifestyle reasons to be a housewife.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
I hear you. I hear you 100%. But also, even with that, I still would encourage women, even if you are a housewife, have a little something of your own. Because I also don't ever want to get to the point where I'm now like, in as much as, yes, everyone should have a choice. I'm pro-choice in all aspects. Everyone must have a choice. But even so, like, you also, specifically when you're a woman who's having kids now, this is aside from if you don't have kids, good and well, especially if you're a person who have kids, because maybe your husband might pass away and then what you from there. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's not to say you shouldn't be happy, be a housewife, be comfortable, specifically if you're in a safe space with a man where you feel like you can let your guard down. You don't feel like you have to work. Because he said, you don't have to work, chill, da-da-da-da. That's okay to want for yourself. But again, I would still say and still encourage women to always have a little something for themselves, because at the end of the day, specifically when you have kids, if anything happens to your partner, where to from there?
What happens?
Like, what are you actually going to do?
And one thing about a man, he'll change his mind overnight.
Yes, he can change his mind. He can pass away. Anything
he
can
could
happen. Get into an accident, be like, have an injury. Now he can't work. What are you going to do? Like, also as a person, be able, specifically when you have dependents in your life, like, be able to do something.
Agreed. Have something to offer. And also, I think even if you are in a situation where you're a housewife or a man's taking care of you, make sure there are means for in case something happens, and don't leave it completely to your husband. Because sometimes people say, no, guys, my husband has set up a certain thing. Please, guys, over 10 beach before 10 daughter, please. So always have something on the side, even if it's you have a cute little nail salon, whatever it is. But this thing of having all your eggs in one basket, and the basket is
a man.
That basket will fall apart one day. God forbid. Then what? You know what I mean? So
anything that's outside of yourself, I'm saying in general. But I also wanted us to speak about what do we feel like some of the consequences of this type of media is, specifically when it comes to young women. Because I feel like they are the ones who are more easy to kind of get or internalize this information. I feel like as you grow older and as you see things in the dating world, you kind of take things, you internalize them maybe for a couple of years, and you're like, actually, experience kind of teaches you that a lot of things, like, people are saying it good and well, but it's not everything on the internet that you need to take seriously. So what do we feel like the actual consequences are for these women, the younger women who might be, let's say, like in their early stages of like figuring out the dating scene or whatever, and they're seeing a lot of this red pilling of women, and they're kind of like, okay, well, I want to date a guy who's a provider, so maybe I need to follow these rules in order to get this type of man. Yeah.
I feel like the biggest thing is they want kids to enjoy dating, like just the purity and simplicity of dating, getting to know someone, going on a date, laughing, liking for someone for just liking them. Like these days it's like, I like this guy, but he didn't have a car, so I can't talk to him anymore. Or I like this guy, but he does this as a job, so I'm not going to get to know him anymore. That ruins the experience and the fun of dating, which I would say we got to experience more of. Like trying it out, going on a date, getting some laughs and whatever. But now it's like a lot of the time the women are like, I don't want to go on a date with him because
he doesn't have this.
Mind you,
you're 21. You're 20.
Oh my God, if you don't go on that date, eat some pasta and laugh. Like, please. So I feel like it's really ruined the fun of dating. Now it's just so serious. At 21 onwards.
No, 100%. I 100% agree. I can't imagine how it is for them now. And I've even noticed, like, young loves is second, because a lot of people like, do you guys have young loves?
Date in varsity?
I don't feel like
now 21-year-olds are looking for their husbands. I mean, their boyfriends at Gemeli.
Yeah.
You don't look for your boyfriend on campus right now.
Oh, you're like, my boyfriend needs to have a car, he needs to have this, he needs to be able to buy me this. And I'm asking myself, like, this guy's in varsity with you.
So what do you expect him to do right
now? He is your classmate.
And also, now you guys are making me defend men. Just as men, because it's like, they also want love and stuff, but now they can't date because they don't have all these other things. They have these pressures. Now you feel like you can't date a certain girl because you don't have this little... Oh my God, justice.
That's what I'm saying. We're actually doing ourselves a disservice because we're missing out on a lot of great experiences and a lot of good men, because he might be thinking, oh, those women said, I don't have a car, I don't have a... So now it's like, she won't want to date. And obviously, guys, I'm talking now specifically to the younger women. Yeah. As you get older and as you are able to do things for yourself, then good and well. If you say you want a guy who has a car because you've got a car, fair. I've got a car, so why should I date someone who doesn't have a car? And that's also not to say that if you don't have a car, you shouldn't want someone with a car. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like we also need to look into it, really look into it.
Nuance
and ourselves, like, yes, there's no nuance in these situations. It could be an amazing guy, but maybe he doesn't make a certain amount per month, so it's like, I can't do this.
I'm gonna get to know him now.
And it's like, bro, can you let him cook?
Like, let him cook. And also, especially if you're young, just date and enjoy yourself. When you get older and then you're dating for more serious things like marriage and stuff, then cool, you can put your foot down and be like, he ain't got no car, I'm good. But I just feel like when you're young,
let him
let's
actually
hop
go.
an Uber and go have a date. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's fun. Let's have a little picnic. Like real lovers. Like, I love that dating because I also felt like I didn't have to think so much. Like dating then was so like fun and just I don't have to think too much. I like him, he likes me, so good and well. Let's do some things. Now you get the exam when you're dating. But I don't know what you were dating, what was he wearing, what restaurant is he choosing?
How long did it take to respond to my text? And when you respond to my text, I need to take an hour to respond to it back. When I'm responding to him, no, not too many emojis.
Oh my God.
And if she's ain't eating it down to hunger.
If she's so more, yeah. Oh my God. Chill, take a chill pill.
Let's chill. So I also wanted us to touch on what are some of the things that we feel like we've unlearned about dating, and specifically stuff that we kind of grew up hearing a lot about dating and things that we had to unlearn from us. For example, a big thing that I used to see about dating in the magazines and the movies, 90-day rule. Okay. 90-day rule. You're not allowed to have sex with someone after 90 or before 90 days. You need to wait because something insane is going to happen after the 90 days. I don't know what it is. I'm still waiting to find out. But people would say, like, you need to give it 3 months. Don't. And those are the things that, and a lot of those things were like around that type of situation around sex and women and their bodies. When it came to just like speaking to men, all those things on a date, the questions you do ask, the questions that you don't ask. And you obviously, as you're growing up, you're thinking, okay, this is how
I'm supposed to
people
do
date. And you realize that, okay,
perhaps
like
not.
these rules don't guarantee a damn thing. So in life, you aren't supposed to just do what feels right and feels comfortable for you. I do get obviously those types of rules, I guess, were there also to, I guess, protect women from certain things. Not sure what, but also like protect them at the same time. Maybe their hearts, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, you realize that it's inherently misogynistic. So at the end of the day, the men benefits, you don't benefit. Because even at the end of the day, you do that 90-day rule.
He still shows you.
He has sex with you, and then the following week he dumps you. So what was the point of this?
What was the point? Maybe he just wanted those 3 months he was performing so he can get ass.
I could have done this a month ago.
I could have not gone through those 3 months and just started a month ago.
And then you took on it quickly and I moved on with my life.
That's the Nazi day root thing that I don't like is we're prolonging the inevitable. We're kicking the can down the road.
If he's going to leave you,
he's going to leave you. And some men, what about men? They're dedicated. They will wait for you.
They will wait for
to get that cake. Even if it's just for bragging rights to say, I finally got Lancy to crack.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So what are some of the other things that you had to kind of unlearn as you were dating?
I'd say for me, growing up, the biggest thing that was pushed was submitting. Like, you need to submit to a man. You need, when he tells you this, and I feel like the older I am, I'm realizing submission is not something that you have to do and like switch on. It's something that a man kind of inspires in you, if I can say.
Brings out of you.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. So if a man leads me a certain way, I will naturally submit. Sure. It's not this thing that our parents used to, or women back then used to instill to say, it needs to be your factory setting to be submissive. Yeah. He will choose you then. If you listen, those sounds, don't do that. Guys, if a man leads, you will naturally submit. Same way, if I feel like a man is not leading, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a bitch to you to a certain degree. Like, if you ask me to do something, I'll be like, oh, man, I'll see. But if I feel led by you, it also comes with respect as well. I'll naturally just want to do those things. So I think the biggest thing is just the whole notion around submission is different for me.
I get that. That's actually a huge one for me as well. Because
bigger zilling as well.
Yes, bigger zilling as well. Nonsense, bitch.
All in all.
So I was going to say another huge thing, and like I think the overarching thing that I think I unlearned is the thing of listening to others when it comes to
dating. That is a good one. Oh my gosh.
To others, whether it's others on social media, whether it's your friends, and that's not to say don't ask for advice and stuff, but have your own thoughts, because again, guys, relationships are so nuanced. So again, like, not everyone's advice is going to apply to your situation. Yeah. And also, it's only you and that person that really know what's going on in your relationship and in what you're going in. So I just realized that just listening to outside voices, I feel like it plays with your mind too much, and it kind of makes you show up as someone that you're not in a relationship. So I feel like people need to get to know people for who they are. So I've just decided in general, when it comes to dating, I'm just going to be myself. If you like it, cool. If you hate it, tech. Honestly, you get what I'm saying? Literally. Like, I realized that this thing of listening to people and I'm a 90-day rule and this, that, and the third, and I'm a magazine and your friend says do this and I didn't do this and you should do this. To mind map, it kind of like,
no, literally mind map.
You'll have a mind map and you won't know how to show up as your best self. So it's better to just do what feels comfortable for you.
I agree. And also, I think it makes you not trust the decisions you make because, well, let me speak for myself. It would make me not trust the decisions I make because I'm like, am I making this decision because I want to or because Zama said this is the best thing to do or Lisette said, no. And I learned that like during my last breakup, I was like, for me to get through this, I'm actually going to do this the way I want to because in previous breakups, I always did what everyone else told me to do. And after the fact, I was like, I actually didn't want to do that or that didn't get me anywhere or now I have to take longer to heal because I decided to do this other thing. So one thing it taught me is like, I'm actually going to do this my own way. If something goes wrong, that's fine. It's a learning curve for me. If it ends in tears in some way or another, that's the bridge I'll cross. But the thing of listening to other people does not work when it comes to matters of your heart.
Your heart. And the thing is, whether it ends or whatever, that is how it was supposed to play out. And good and well, like, yes, it hurts. But okay, you loved him. And so good and well that you feel hurt by the situation. But love's never wasted when it's shared. You didn't waste your love at the end of the day. When it was fine. And when it was sucky, it sucked. And good and well, move on to the next. But I feel like we're kind of holding ourselves back from having really genuine experiences because we're listening to outside voices too much. So to end off the topic, I wanted to ask you, what advice would you give to women specifically to show up as their full and whole selves when it comes to relationships and as their authentic selves? And also, and just to kind of not date for survival, because I feel like that is a big thing that a lot of women have. And I get it if you are actually dating
for survival,
If you're dating for survival in the sense that you have scarcity mindsets, then it's a different situation.
I think for me, don't people please in dating. That's the biggest thing is don't date to please the person, to please your friends, to please, you need to date to please yourself, the things that you want for yourself, the things that make you happy. And this thing of wanting to do what seems right to everyone else, but you may not necessarily be the biggest fan of, so you're gonna do it anyway. I don't think you should date like that. So I think the biggest thing is the people-pleasing thing. And then also, if you're dating from a place of survival, I do think it's a very tricky place to date from.
It's a tricky place.
It's a very tricky place to date. It's a slippery slope, like I was saying in the beginning. It's a very slippery slope. And you'll end up making decisions that you shouldn't be making. You end up agreeing to things you shouldn't be agreeing to. So I think you really need to interrogate yourself when it comes to that. And understand why you are dating. If you're a girlie that is dating a rich nigga to get the money, so good and cool. But if you're dating because you actually do want partnership, but you're taking advice based on money, see how those things
it's not gonna match.
It doesn't match. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I hear you and agree with you fully. What advice would I give though? I think more than anything else, you know how people do say, even if you're not like your whole self or you're still healing, you can still date. I agree with it. However, when you still have problems like you don't know your self-worth and you haven't done that work, I do think you don't need to be dating. Because then, you can see it in the way that you date and you will look for the wrong things, I feel like, in relationships. So it's better to get into a relationship in a place where you are fully in a place where you know what you want. You are very content on your own in the sense that you have great self-worth. You've got a great community around you. You are whole as a human being. So you don't need to find wholeness in someone else. Or you don't need to, there shouldn't be anything that you lack as a human being that you're dying for in someone else. Do you get what I'm saying? Specifically a romantic partner. You need to be able to be comfortable and resolute on your own. So when you're in a relationship, you can be there for genuine partnership, companionship. You know, yes, he can be there to provide for you, but it shouldn't be if he doesn't do something for me, like I'm in a desert alone, I can't survive. I'm not going to make it through. You need to be able to be okay so that also there is a good power dynamic let me not say power dynamic. There's a good dynamic in your relationship. There are no power dynamics in the sense of this person feels like they're holding something over you and they feel like without me, you're nothing. You don't want people to feel that way towards you. They shouldn't be that type of dynamic in the relationship. Even if someone's providing for you, they shouldn't feel like because they're doing something out of their wanting to do it for you, now they're they're all of a sudden above you.
On the point of healing before getting into a relationship, I think it's a very big thing because you always try to fill up that hole with other people and you end up like compromising because you like, at the end of the day, for example, I really want to fill up this hole. So if it comes with all this other bullshit, that's fine because the core focus is trying to fill up this hole. So you end up going for low vibrational experiences when you really don't need to be. You actually just need to be by yourself and date yourself and understand that being single sucks. It's lonely. It's boring. H-word and stuff. Ovulation and stuff. Ovulating and stuff. Luteal phase and stuff. I completely get that, but you really do need to take the time to sit and be by yourself because by the time you come out of that alone time, you won't compromise. You almost like you see it like a clear view of what you want, what you won't compromise on. And when you date the person, I even would say it's easier. Like you don't have to ask too many questions. You know exactly what you want. It's easy to nitpick the person and see what it is. So I think you just do need to take time to be by yourself and figure out what you like. Otherwise,
So
going down.
Says Supini, 100% agree. But guys, please let us know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. I feel like this is a topic that would we'd encourage you guys to let us know what you guys think about it. Let's kiki and have a conversation in the comments. But guys, we're going to move on to our next segment. We are getting into today's dilemmas. Don't forget that you guys can send us your dilemmas on our Instagram DMs. We will sort that out in the new year. But for now, that is exactly where you will find us.
On the boys page, please.
How could I forget to say?
On the boys
page. Guys, it's very important to follow instructions in life.
Yes.
Like, it's very important because that is the best way to get that dilemma read. We will look to it at some stage to do a whole dilemmas episode because also you guys said a trillion dilemmas a week and you guys have been saying you'd love that. So I feel like if you guys are for that, also let us know in the comments.
Yes,
a whole dilemma episode would be actually really good. But then we're both reading.
Say less, of course.
I said there's no way.
I can't just react to
Okay, let's get into the first one. Hey besties, I need some advice about a close friend here in China. We've been like sisters for 3 years, even living together, and I've introduced her to my family back home. Lately, I'm feeling hurt because she's 29 and feels a lot of pressure to get married. The pattern is, once she finds a new boyfriend, she completely latches onto him and her friendships fall by the wayside. It's especially confusing because she's normally a homebody, but with a guy, she suddenly has all this energy for new activities, some of the things I'd suggested for us, but she'd never be interested. It's wonderful to see her happy, but it makes our friendship feel conditional and unimportant. I've asked her why it has to be one way or the other, and why she doesn't try to integrate him into our group, but nothing changes. It just hurts to feel dropped by someone I consider family. Am I being unreasonable to want a more balanced friend, or should I just let it go and be happy for her?
Your friend is male censored, unfortunately.
I fear.
Girls. Being friends with someone who's male censored, this is exactly how it goes. You will be on the back burner. You will be the second option. You will not be prioritized. And only when shit hits the fan do they remember that you're in the building. And honestly, I need advice myself. Because I don't know how to handle friends that are male censored.
No, but to be honest, this is me being completely honest. I would, obviously you've already brought it up to you, so that would be the first thing that I would do. Bring it up to her and say, bro, by the way, like there is this thing that you do and I really don't appreciate it because when you're single, for example, it's me who's here for you and stuff. But as soon as you get into a relationship, I don't exist to you. It's making me feel unprioritized in your life and as a relationship that you value in your life. So clearly you don't value me as a friend. So please don't be shocked when I start to pull back from you because clearly your interest is solely on men and in relationships. And that's perfectly okay. But that's not the type of friendship that I would personally want. I would like our friendship to live beyond just when you're single. Because again, when it comes to friendship's going to go through a lot of different ebbs and flows. You're going to be single one time, someone's going to be getting married, someone's going to be getting divorced. So we need to be able to be with each other through these different phases. And you're clearly not a person who can juggle too many things at once. If you're in a relationship, you just want to focus on. So that's fine. It just means that I need to obviously remove myself because also you don't want to feel like a friend that can be dropped for a man.
Yes.
It's not good for your self-esteem. Yes. So I think just have the conversation with her and tell her that just know that this is how I'm going to move if this is how you're going to move. Iphele kanjalo into yakho norapeleng,
That
literally.
is scrumptious advice, and I agree with everything you said.
This time I didn't agree with you. This time I said, how are you going to ask me for that? I want to say I agree with you and have no advice.
Meals friend, I've always just been like, Bandla, I have to go.
Yeah,
that's all it is. I just have to go.
Okay, the next one goes, hi girls, so much love from Kenya. We may not always understand the language, but best believe we're tuned in every week. Here's my dilemma. I'm 28 and I'm relocating to Cape Town next year for the foreseeable, which is very exciting. Hope I bump into y'all at least once. Us too. I'm in the process of packing up my life and saying goodbye to friends and family, and I'm having a hard time deciding whether I should reach out to the niggas I have unfinished things with. I know the long distance will be killing me, so I have no intention of staying in contact with them beyond the time I leave, but I still have 2 months left here, and I'm not sure if I should make the most of it just for the plot. Really? Should I say something before I go, or should I let those sleeping dogs lie? Would also appreciate some living in SA tips. Bye. Nawapenda.
Nawapenda queen. And you know what? That is such a valid question, because you have a little Rasta in Kenya that you're going to leave behind.
Yes.
I think since you have 2 months, should I be impulsive with this answer?
Should we be honest? Like,
should I think first?
Be honest, girl.
Girl, since you only have 2 months left, make the most of it, man, because you're not going to see them. You're going to be dealing with the South African dating pool and stuff. So just have your little fun and stuff and Southern. By the way, I'm out of here, but this is really great, and that's it. I don't even think you need to deep it. If it's a Rasta, you don't need to deep it.
I 100% agree. Just have a good time. It's still 2 months. 2 months is just 8 weeks.
No, literally.
Just stay safe. Be safe at all times. Stay
One
safe.
Guys,
stay safe and be safe. You want to go to Cape Town without a baby, a stranger in your stomach, a stranger in your house.
In your house, son.
So as long as you're safe, have fun, girl. Do what you need to do, and especially it's nice to know that there's a due date to whatever it is that you guys are doing.
So have a little good time. Leave them behind. Come to the South African streets.
I'm worried about you though. All the South African streets. That's my concern for you. But you know what? Utlaba sharp, my baby girl. And we also sharp. So do you get what I'm saying? So you two will be
sharp in the same.
You gonna be sharp. Okay, last one says, hi ladies. I hope you are well. Before I start, I just want to say how much I love and appreciate your work. Thank you so much,
Queen.
Okay, here's my dilemma. I'm a 27-year-old woman and my little sister is 22. Important context, we lost our mom unexpectedly in 2022. Our dad is still alive, but men. And we do. We recently found out my sister is pregnant. She was very adamant about keeping the baby. I'll be honest, I wasn't exactly jumping for joy when she told me. She's only 22. She's not working. Her partner has a terrible track record of showing up for her, and he's also not working. My dad hasn't been supportive emotionally or financially since our mother passed. So realistically, this baby will end up being my responsibility financially. But what must I say? I love my sister. Anyway, she sent me a vision board she made at the beginning of the year, and that's when I got worried. The vision board had a picture of a pregnant woman, keys to an apartment, a car, and the rest were pictures of her lying in bed with a man getting married. And that's basically it. Nothing about career, goals, traveling, exploring new things, nothing that shows she's thinking about her own growth outside of being someone's partner or mom. So I couldn't keep quiet. I questioned her about it and she exploded. She told me she always knew I was judging her, that I wasn't happy for her, and that she doesn't want bad energy around her baby. She then told me to stay away from her and the baby and blocked me. My question is, was I wrong for expressing concern? And what do I even do now? Because yes, I'm disappointed and angry, but at the end of the day, she's my little sister and I still want to be there for her. But wow, the attitude and the thing she said really hurt me.
Dove. No, like Dove. First of all, you're not wrong for voicing that. You have to. And also, my condolences to you guys. Because you've lost your mom, unfortunately, you have to take up that responsibility of raising your little sister and being the person to call her out and discipline her. Unfortunately, she's young and she seems a little rebellious. So, she's obviously going to react that way. But as much as she's going to do that, you have to stick beside her. Mm-hmm. You have to stay close. And that's the tough part of being a big sister or / a mom, is that even when your child disappoints you, little sister disappoints you, you have to stick beside them, advise them, and hopefully one day all your work will come to fruition. It's going to be tough. It's not an overnight thing where you tell your sister, this is targeted, and then she's going to do as you say. Unfortunately, in some cases, you have to keep reiterating and stick beside her, as disappointed as you are. But I think you just have to keep advising her and telling her what to do. Because eventually it will click. Maybe right now she's not hearing you because she is young.
Yeah.
And what do they say? Young and dumb, young, wild and free. That's her right now. And she's thinking, I'm right, you're wrong. I know what I'm doing. I have everything under control. Let her have that notion, but you need to be by her side throughout the whole process.
I 100% agree. You have to stick beside her, but at the same time, well, not even but, and at the same time, you should have a very stern conversation with her to say, listen, dude, these are the facts of the situation. You're pregnant right now. Your baby daddy isn't working. You're not working. You know that our father's not going to give you any money to raise this child. So this is my responsibility. So if I'm advising you to do certain things, if I'm saying certain things, hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying it to hurt you. I am going to be there for you and I am going to be sticking beside you and doing what is necessary to be done through this period. But also hear what I'm saying. Like, you should also want better for your child and want to have a job and want career growth and want things that are going to build you up as a human being. Your life shouldn't just be, oh, well, I have a baby, I'm just going to get married and just live life and YOLO the rest of my life. Because you are going to be someone's mom, but also you're going to want to do things that are going to grow you, because having a baby is not the be all and end of your life. As much as, yes, a lot of people have said that you can still have a life outside of having a baby. You can still grow, you can still make money, you can still have career goals, you can still have goals. At the end of your life, you're not going to die after having a baby. Like, you will literally live. So have you thought about any of those things outside of being someone's girlfriend and the person that you have right now can't provide this life you put on this vision board.
By the way,
they can't afford it. So you yourself need to, because you're going to be a mother, you need to do what is necessary to have the keys and what are you doing that is going to help you get there? Because you lying in bed with a man is not going to help you get there. I promise you that much. You getting maybe a degree, going to school, going to work, even if you're not going to school, getting a job, starting a business, whatever it might be. Like, what are the things that are going to help you reach this? Because now you have someone to provide for. You can't be good into kind of, but you have.
And your plan also can't be me as your sister.
Literally,
I wasn't involved when you guys were making this baby.
100%. And as much as I'm going to help you, this is not my responsibility. Yes. I'm doing this because I love you so much, and because you don't have a mother. I'm doing this because it's not because I have to. I can say unfuni, and then what next?
Actually, what are you going to do? So you're going to have a plan in place.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with you asking her. So just let her know that, listen, I love you so much, but at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you a hard truth. You're going to hear a hard truth today.
And yeah, that's the advice, guys, from Zama that I agree with as well. Moving on to music. This is where we tell you guys what we're listening to this week. We have a playlist on Spotify as well as Apple. What are you listening to this week? ZX Unlearning.
Okay, I'm going to we did speak about the Summer Walker album last week.
We did.
The song I'm putting on is Go Girl. Summer Walker, lots of Doja Cat.
You cook.
Yeah, oh my you girl.
And we want that Koyad, son.
I love it so much. I'll put on that song as well as Gorgeous by Doja Cat. I listened to her album.
Oh, okay, Doja.
I really like that song.
I didn't give that album a chance, and I hate it for me because I love my queen.
She's good.
I didn't give it a chance.
Give it a chance. Now, I really like this song, and I also like Take Me Dancing. It's with SZA. I love SZA as well, so I really enjoyed that song. I also haven't listened to it properly, but I keep finding songs here and there, and I'm like,
I need to give it a chance. Justice for Doja. You see, musings.
Yeah, Caesar.
Caesar, my artist and stuff.
Not us helping. Us helping Doja Cat.
My pussies are going to stream it. You're giving them
I am so dead.
The pussy suggestion is actually a song that I love so much. It's a song by House Victims called Love, Peace and Happiness. I love that. Delicious. And for the summertime, for the December times, you guys better listen to that shit. And then on my end, Wale dropped a new album. I haven't heard from him.
Oh,
Lord, it's a flower bomb. Love him so much.
Damn.
He did, Chubby. The album is called Everything Is a Lot, and that's so real.
I know.
Everything is a lot.
Correct.
Specifically right now, this year and fatigue and stuff. The songs, I'm listening to so many, but my favorite right now is Watching Us featuring Surprise, Leon Thomas.
Oh, I
love that one. And he sampled Closer to My Dreams.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful song. I think you'd also really, really like it. Then the other song, I can't really pronounce it, but it's called Mirror Something Bends. That song's
will be in the playlist.
It'll be in the playlist. Sensational. Wale is back. Guys, please.
Oh, wow. You see, Lindsay, I keep saying this. She's really putting
guys.
She is the plug.
She plugged me today. Doja Cat stuff.
Fair. But that's a proper plug. Who was going to know that? No one is going to know that thing.
Fair.
No one is going to know that. But guys, we have come to the end of yet another episode. This is episode 30. Let's also forget. Woo! We hope
Shout
you
out
guys
to us.
made it to the end of episode 30, and it's the beginning of December. It's actually a big episode. I don't know why we didn't say this at the beginning.
Sure, it's because it's 30, but you know what?
I even forgot. Episode 30, 1st of December. Hello, December. Finally, Sangena. Into December. It wasn't going to be easy, but someone had to do it, and it had to be us. But guys, thank you so much once again for making it to the end of this episode. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like this episode if you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to comment. Let us know what your guys' thoughts are on the episode. And don't forget to subscribe to the thing. Don't forget to subscribe to us. If you guys are streaming, please don't forget to like our podcast. Do not forget to comment. Let us know what you guys thought of the episode and give us 5 stars if you guys are appreciating the 5-star quality of this podcast. And the fact that we are still working in December, we are putting our into it. We also have an exciting rollout for this December, actually. We have some really scrumptious little somethings for you guys.
For that.
If ulele, uzosala. If ulele, you will be selling. We will see you guys same time, same place next week. Bye.